Hey everyone, welcome to the last casual station review of Omega. And wait, I feel like I'm forgetting a station known as. Anyways, today we're covering Omega, which is a mid to low pop station which features quite a few unique design elements, even though it also has a couple problems that I really don't like. Let's start at the top with command and let's go clockwise this time. So, this command area is very basic. A couple things I would like to point out. The Cap's office is in a good spot. It's got proper protection from everything. And it's one C4 away from being into the office, and one more C4 away from being into the bedroom where all the cool stuff is hidden. Weird thing though, there's a door here that leads into Haas's office for some reason. Bit weird, but you know what? Whatever. The command structure itself is actually nicely decorated, although I fucking hate this texture. Actually, I think it looks a little different in game. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, the giant N is a nice touch, and the general bridge layout is pretty nice with a meeting room, all that. AI core. Let's talk about that real quick, because again, the AI core is command. Now, the AI core is in a bit of a weird spot where, with only having one entrance and one window in, which is a choice, let me tell you. And I'm not a fan, I'll be honest. Personally, I think that the AI core shouldn't be the most reachable thing in the world, but even just surrounding this with like a layer of maintenance tunnels instead of rocks would be a fair bit better than what's going on here. The rest of the core itself is fine though. Hop's office is good enough. I'd prefer it if it like just cut out this mains thing, but it exists for an airlock, so I can't really complain too much. The line is nice. I like the greenery. The vault is where I unfortunately have a complaint. First of all, comms console in a vault. No. Second of all, reinforced windows instead of reinforced walls. This is a problem because anyone with an RCD can break in now. Reinforced walls you need to manually deconstruct, which is a pain in the ass to get anywhere, which, for a secure area like the vault, that should be the case. You need to explode your way in, or don't enter at all, or ebag. Use some sort of advanced breaching tool. Not an RCD to just deconstruct a window. No. Bad. That and the nuke needs, like, it's just swap the placement of these, get rid of this stupid console. I don't know. Command gets a 3 out of 5. Its only main problem is this. Let's move on. QM's office in Cargodia is bad. Bad. Like, first of all, it's cramped. There's a comms console here, which is a no. But other than that, it's very cramped when we have all this space for a proper meeting area. Again, head offices should have space for a meeting area because it's an office. You know, you get called to your boss's office for a meeting because he wants to discuss your performance. This station doesn't have space for that in cargo. It feels like a holdover from when QM, way back in 13 even, where QM wasn't an official head. And that's bad. Extend this, put a proper desk here, get rid of the fucking bathroom that he has for some reason. Yeah. The bay itself is way too small. Shove this down like 2, make this like desk area a fair bit smaller. Yeah. And Salve, I still have no fucking idea what to do with Salve. Like, let's be real, no one knows what the hell Salve does. It's still in a weird state of flux because after the removal of the reclaimer, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. I do like the conveyor belt into the recycler. Cargo gets a 3 out of 5. It's not problematic, but it could use a touch-up. Let's go to science. This science bay is very big. First of all, Death's office is fucking here for some reason. Why? I'll talk about that later, though. The front little, like, desk area is nice, except for this. And this map's chem has the same problem. This is a hallway. Too wide hallway, mind you, but a hallway nonetheless. And when, not if, when we get station or like player collision enabled, which is a thing that will happen. That's gonna happen. That's guaranteed. This will become a problem. This is fine though because it's got this entire viewing area here, or desk area here. Yeah, that's a problem. Other than that though, it's alright. Robotics, for some reason, is divided in two. One with like this weird back area where the gimming takes place, and another with the front where the actual board construction takes place. Weird split up because everything else is kind of cramped because of this stupid, like, half-assed setup where it's like split in two. This is stupid. Like, all of this back here could be given a lot more space. The artifact chamber, a lot more space. The ADOM area, more space. Artie's office, even. Like, that could all be given a lot more space if this Borg area wasn't weird. Other than that, though, the ANOM generator needs its own proper, like, imposing structure. Like, let's look at, I don't know, fucking, not cluster. Let's look at, like, fucking cog, even. Like, the ANOM generator is given its own, like, imposing placements. Same with, Bagel. Like, it's an imposing, dangerous, gigantic machine covered in warning labels. Like, it deserves its own proper spot, sir. The servers, I also think, deserve their own spot because these are, again, explosive. But that's a me thing. Artie's office is nice. I particularly like the exposure to space. It's very nice. Yeah, I will give this a 3 out of 5. Mostly just because of this combined with this. It's not enough to get it to a 2 out of 5, but it could use a touch-up, which is a common theme because this is an old station. Very old station. And now for the problem child, medical. Okay. Medical. Okay, let's talk about jobs. Medical is a department that on every station contains a bunch of different jobs. The CMO, obviously the head of the department, Chem, which has their own area up here, paramedic, and then the actual doctors. This is double the job list of Psi, with 4 jobs instead of size 2. So why is the medical bay so small? Like, what? Okay. The chem area is fine, except we have this stupid thing right here. This locker room just straight up needs to be removed. Like, okay, this entire med bay just needs a redesign. And here's why. Surgery's fine. CMO's office is fine, although, again, I prefer it if it had a proper meeting area for a head of staff because it is an office. Cryo is sort of okay, I guess. It's off to the side. It's whatever. Paramedics is fine, too. The morgue is way too small. Like, okay, let's compare this to the smallest station, Reach, which doesn't have a morgue because I'm stupid. Let's compare it to Saltern, which got removed. Saltern has 6. Let's compare it to Pact, which also got removed. Pact has 11. Math is hard. Shut up. Atlas even, which I fucking hate Atlas, has 3 because Atlas sucks. Atlas is also smaller than Omega by like a large margin. 4 is not enough for a station of this size. Not even close. That and the triage area is like really fucking shrunk, and there's this stupid like pseudo reception back here. Like, this bad bay needs a redesign. Here's what I would do. First of all, library. Shrink that motherfucker down. This library is way too big. It dwarfs medical, for fuck's sake. Like, one job should not be dwarfing an entire department. That's stupid.
Dog Station.
Yeah, like this medical, 1 out of 5. It's technically serviceable, even though the triage area is a complete mess and like it's not it's not unusable, but it needs a complete redesign. Yeah, 1 out of 5. Engineering. Okay, this front area slaps. I love it. I love this front area. I love the like gathering area here. I love the desk here. It's very nice. And they actually get fucking lathes, which I found out recently. Some engineering departments don't get lathes round starts. And like one of those is fucking Bagel, for fuck's sake. Yeah, you heard me right. Bagel, nowhere gets they don't get a lathe round start for some stupid reason. Lathes, like not the proto lathe, but the auto lathe, which produces the most basic of equipment, should be round start in engineering. They shouldn't have to be like crafting and finagling for that. Like, come on, dude. That's just annoying. Anyway, problems start to arise when we go a little further in. Like, okay, this maintenance tunnel is stupid as fuck. Just have it end here, open up to Edgy proper, because this leads exclusively to Atmos, which we already have here. And this maintenance tunnel doesn't need to exist either. Like, that's stupid. Just fucking remove this maintenance tunnel, give everything else more breathing room. The AME area is big, but it has to be because this station was originally powered by AME exclusively, and this TEG is actually a new thing, which let me investigate for a second. This is a weird TEG setup. Okay, so this is cold loop, hot loop, double mix. Okay, this will work round start. Yeah, no, like this will work round start, and it even has a connection to the trip burn chamber. Yeah, no, that's very good design. I am a fan. CE's office is good enough. Comms is weird, as in it's too small. I don't know if it lacks all of the comms consoles, but comms shouldn't be like decentralized. It should be in one spot for easier repairs. Like, come on. Gravity generator is at least in NG for once. You know, unlike some stations. Cog! This atmospherics area comes pre-set up, but whatever. This shielding is not enough. Put a fucking reinforced wall layer here, dude. Like, come on. This shielding's not enough. Not enough at all. Overall, though, front desk, Abbo's got their whole little fucking pseudo break room here. Yep, it's not a bad engineering department, I'll be honest. Gets a 3 out of 5 for minor issues and what I think is way too space exposed, like atmospherics areas or minors. I mean, and I know you're gonna say, "Oh, but you could just re-reg them." Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to have them that space like exposed to space. That doesn't make sense because the whole thing with like an atmos like okay, let's imagine you are a station designer, IRL, not in game. You want to design a station that is good to live on, protected, secure. So why would you not design a station to have a proper shield for the thing that is keeping the entire station breathable? Trick question, you wouldn't. You would protect that shit with your goddamn life. Because that's the whole point of the atmospherics area. Everyone breathes because of Atmos. Like, come on. Yep, 3 out of 5 stands. I think. Yeah. Security. This security area isn't bad, and I do have some things I like about it. This these front exposed brigs are good. Like I feel like these should just be standardized because obviously. Um Warden's office is in a good enough spot, I think. It doesn't keep an eye on perma, but for a station of this size with a perma that's this protected by default, I think it's good enough to not have a warden looking at it all the time. As for the rest of it, there's a lot of problems here. First of all, this armory, while it is meteor protected by reinforced walls and rocks, it's still technically space exposed. And for a station of this size, I can forgive it, but it still sucks. The real problems arise though with this stupid fucking locker room. This does not have enough lockers for security, and it's also way too cramped. Here's what I would do. Since we're removing this maintenance tunnel already and removing this, shove this all the way over here as like a substation for what is Atmos, for the substation that is both Atmos and Sec. Shove it over here. Put the door here, and even here if you feel like it. And here too if you want to. I don't fucking know. Move this down. Give it more breathing room. Apparently there's a garbage truck outside. It's coming to pick me up because I'm trash. Perm itself, though, this is stupid. Make these hydroponic trays. You shouldn't have to be an expert in body to grow anything in perma. And these just look ugly compared to the rest of the steeled, cell. Sec gets... Yeah, I'm gonna have to be harsh here. It gets a 2 out of 5. Haas's office isn't a problem, but this right here just sucks to work in. Like, this entire locker room, it's just, you cannot exist in here. Plus, Warden doesn't have an actual proper fucking office. Like come on, dude. You could have just given him, a bench or something back here. Like, come on. There's a lot more you could do with the Sec. Moving on to service. The last of the departments. This service area should remind you of Omega, or not Omega, it is Omega, Origins. With the centralized, hallway design. Except where Origin has this and doesn't commit to it hard enough, and also uses it as an excuse to make security and the station generally just fucking sucks ass. Omega uses it as a proper hallway with bar integrated, kitchen integrated, musician integrated, Bonnie integrated. It's just this entire block right here. It's so good. This feels like the center of the station, the core, where all departments come to mingle, which is what it should be. And I get to dunk on core for not having a court, because this law office, despite this being a mid to low pop station, this can function as a court area. You know, unlike core's very stupid office, which only functions as an office, this, going out to Omega, this can double as both. Core, what's your excuse now, huh? Overacting. This library I talked about already. It's way too fucking big. Yeah. Honestly, it's I can't find any complaints. Jenner's in good spots, besides the library, but whatever. This gets a 5 out of 5 for being just really good. Very good service area. 5 out of 5. Design. I already talked about this, but that's for the rest of it. I like the, first of all, arrivals and AVAC protection, which should be fucking standardized, although I prefer if it was reinforced, but potato. I like the multiple docking arms to accommodate all the shuttle events that have now started spawning in. And I also like the general flow of it. It feels a lot like Box, and it doesn't do the cardinal sin that Origin did, where half of the fucking station is hallways that are pointless. I love dunking on Origin. It's very fun. Yeah, besides that, though, it's mostly run-of-the-mill. I mean, we've got a sec checkpoint here and some very good usage of empty space to put like a reading area here. I forgot to talk about Chapel, but who fucking cares? Good maintenance bars. The maintenance areas here are actually pretty alright for the size of the station. Like, we got a maintenance bar, whatever the fuck this is. A weird little, containment zone, which I feel like this is supposed to be like reminiscent of botany, and this also doubles as disposals, which is kind of cool. But we have maintenance botany, and I think that's about it. Actually, yeah. All the mains are on the south, which is a little weird, but eh. For a station of this size, again, we could live with it. It's a +2 for design. Decor, though. Ooh, decor is kind of good on the station. Like, we're not talking about Bonnie, whatever. But, because, like, again, this is well decorated. This right here, like, this little, like, purple blue to signalize between side bed. I don't know. I really like that. Um, the rest of the station, though, like, departments especially, like, Sec's pretty alright. The command's very well decorated. Cargo could use a bit of a touch up, and science is good enough. Like, Bed just needs a full redesign again, so I will talk about the decor there. Overall, though, like, there's enough spots where the decor is good enough to give it a modest +1. And with that, we have done the last station. Scores are on screen now, and yeah, that's it. Yeah. And I'm really glad that everyone has enjoyed it and watched it. I feel like I've made a very good impact on the mapping scene and helped a lot of map makers out with an outsider perspective that's actually actionable. Because actionable feedback that's coming from someone not intending to complain is a bit of a rarity these days, and I can't wait to see what I do next with this game, and maybe do something else with this series. Oh, right. I forgot a station.